Today's question is, will intermittent fasting help you lose weight without exercise? Before we get into it, please hit the like button, subscribe down below, hit that bell notification icon, boom, let's get into it. Before you watch the rest of this video, let's get into it right now. You don't need intermittent fasting to lose weight. Can you lose weight without exercise? Sure, of course, 100%, because exercise does not equal fat loss. Fat loss comes down to your nutrition, and being in a calorie deficit is the most important thing. Does exercise help with weight loss? Yes, of course, it does. Because burning extra calories, being more active throughout the day, getting your non-exercise activity thermogenesis up is going to help you burn more calories, is going to help make fat loss more sustainable for you. Not only that, you should just be exercising for your fucking health. And also the goal of exercise is to improve your metabolic health, to get you stronger, to be able to move better, to be able to have less aches and pains, to be able to continue to build muscle and be strong as you age, which is very, very important and is a good precursor to your quality of life as you get older. So yes, you should be strength training. Yes, you should be walking. Okay, cool. We got that out of the way. Now let's get into intermittent fasting and what exactly it is. Intermittent fasting is just a style of eating. It's pretty much just skipping breakfast, or it's eating within a time restricted window. For example, if you woke up today and you skip breakfast and you start eating at 12 o'clock and you stopped eating at 8 o'clock, that is called a 16-8 method. So you're fasting for 16 hours and you're feasting for 8 hours. Some people do the 20 and 4. Some people do the 22 and 2. The only reason why intermittent fasting can sometimes be beneficial is because it shortens that eating window. So if you can manage getting through the rest of your day without eating, it makes eating within that feeding window a lot easier for you. It's easier to maintain a calorie deficit by eating less. This has worked extremely well for me in the past, especially when I was new to fitness and I was super busy going to college, working full time. Intermittent fasting was a game changer because I realized that I could pretty much just eat one meal a day and a snack and still hit my calorie goals, but there were some problems with it. One of the problems with it was I had to train fasted a lot of the times, and training fasted is just not as effective for me personally as when I have some carbs and have some fuel in my tank. Another downside of this is muscle protein synthesis. So we want to be eating protein ideally every couple hours, and when you're intermittent fasting, you're just not going to get the amount of protein that your body needs in order to maintain or build muscle. One of the biggest reasons why I don't recommend intermittent fasting for everybody is especially if you have a poor relationship with food, intermittent fasting can lead to binging. It can lead to over restriction and then overeating on the back end. You have these extremes of feasting and fasting. A lot of people will take this extreme and then during their feasting, they will go way overboard. Also, some anecdotal evidence here. I felt like with intermittent fasting, my stomach felt much more stretched. In other words, I was eating a lot more food in less amount of time. So therefore, when I stopped intermittent fasting, it took larger meals for me to feel full and satiated. Because every time I broke my fast when I was intermittent fasting, I ate like, 1,500, 2,000 calories and I was totally stuffed. Eventually my body got used to that, and when I stopped doing intermittent fasting, I just didn't feel as full when I ate smaller meals. I felt like that's worth mentioning since I've seen this happen with a lot of people, actually, not just myself, but also clients who have come to me from intermittent fasting who have been convinced that intermittent fasting was this magic secret diet hack that helped them get lean for the first time ever. Intermittent fasting is not special. It's not some magic hormone optimizing diet. It's not some magic pill. All it is literally skipping breakfast and eating within a certain window of time. Now, it can be a very useful strategy. A lot of people use it. A lot of people find great success with it, but just as many people who find success with it also find that it does not work for them. A lot of people will take intermittent fasting to one extreme or the other. So they'll either be 100% on intermittent fasting or they're just eating all of the time nonstop. Or some people will take it to the other extreme, which is OMAD or one meal a day, and they will fast for 20 plus hours per day and then have one gigantic feast meal. So if you're using intermittent fasting as a glorified binge, then maybe it's not the best option for you. If, however, you're just somebody that's super busy and you'd rather not think about having 3 meals every day and 2 snacks and thinking about all the ways you need to prepare them, it can actually be a really efficient way for busy people who are on the go all of the time to stick to their nutrition goals and stick to their calorie deficit. So bottom line on intermittent fasting, do what works best for you. Find a strategy, a way of eating that works best for you. For almost all of my clients, we are required to eat breakfast. And there's a simple reason for this. It's because breakfast has actually been shown to help people the most with maintaining weight loss long term. People who eat breakfast tend to have increased satiety throughout the day, better hunger management, and they just seem to do better with weight loss loss long term. This isn't a requirement for all of my current coaching clients. I still have some who do intermittent fasting, but for most of them who are trying to repair their relationship with food, I do have them eat breakfast, and I have them eat a big breakfast. This may sound counterproductive to some, but here's the thing is, if you haven't tried it, you should try it, because a lot of people think that when you have a big breakfast, you don't have as many calories to save up for the rest of the day. And since a lot of people are nighttime snackers, they think that saving all of their calories towards the end of the night is the way to go. But what I've found is actually the opposite to be true. When you have a big breakfast, you're not as hungry later at night. You're not as hungry later throughout the day. You're not as focused on food and only thinking about food throughout the day. So try it out. Have a big breakfast with lots of protein, lots of healthy fats, some carbs in there, and see how you do throughout the day. The only way to figure this out for yourself is to experiment with what works best, keep track of it, monitor, journal, do what works best for you and what makes you happy and able to stick to your nutrition goals long term. I hope this video was educational, informative, and entertaining, and if it was, please hit that like button down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.